friends, welcome back to my channel. Life is Tiff Knows It. Tiff here bringing you another WIP and Chat. I am about to open up another section on this diamond painting. It is coming along. I'm so excited. I have been so in the diamond painting mood. Like, I've looked forward to coming home and diamond painting. It's currently a Tuesday afternoon. This current project, if you're new to let me back up. If you're new to WIP and Chats in general, WIP stands for work in progress. Chatting is just talking, me talking. You can talk too if you want, but I won't be able to hear you. And my current WIP is one that I've been working on since January. It is a massive kit, a 40 by 20 called Aurora Beauty by Deborah Malcom from Diamond Art Club. You probably hear me shaking up my drink. I am being good and having my protein shake. I've been really slipping with protein shakes lately. So I thought, I can't think of a better time to drink a protein shake than during WIP and Chat, because I'm holding myself accountable and talking about my goals. Where did my boat go? There we go. Okay, so I guess I'll put my boat up here. Oh, I need to redo my nails. I've been really lazy. I painted my nails like a week and a half ago. Yeah, it shows that my nails are not best shape. Please pardon my nails. I feel like I need a disclaimer for that. How are you all doing? I hope everyone's doing really well. Like I mentioned, it's Tuesday. I'm filming this on Tuesday about a little bit after 5 p.m. Just got done with work. Well, kind of recently. I've been kind of just processing my day. Some days are just like, my thought after work is like, what the heck just happened today? Like, I work in a school. If you're new to my channel, I'm a mental health provider at a school. And sometimes the things that just come my way, you just can't, like, I feel like I should write a book. Now, of course, I wouldn't do that because it would break confidentiality, and I can't really talk about stuff on my channel. But some days it's just kind of like, wow, I thought I had this job figured out. And kids are very surprising. As long as I work with kids, I will always just know to expect the unexpected. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, that's been kind of my mood today, is just figuring out what the heck happened. Came home and I watched a YouTube channel. Her name's, oh man, I don't even know her name. Melissa or Marissa? I think it's Marissa. She doesn't explain it all like Melissa. That's a bad joke. I don't know. But it's like a budgeting channel. Okay, kind of a weird thing. What are like some other types of YouTube videos you watch besides diamond painting? I'm curious. For me, let me take a sip here. I like watching other people budget their money. I personally don't have like a in-depth budget or a family budget, like a spreadsheet, but I like the idea of one. I don't know if I actually would like one because, I don't know. It's like a lot. It stresses me out. Like, actually, I wonder if knowing exactly where like every dollar goes of my money would stress me out more than support. My method to my like money management is that so my husband Bill and I don't get paid at the same time. We each get paid once a month. And right when I get paid, immediately I pay off all my bills, which I'm very grateful and lucky. I don't really have too many that we're dealing with. The biggest bill that we have is childcare. So right away, before I spend any money, I put money towards all the bills I know about. And then I pay off my credit cards because Bill and I really like to use rewards points from credit cards. So actually what we do, well, I don't know how much he does it, but I rarely use my debit card. I like to use my credit card and then pay it off right away. Like once or twice a month, every couple of weeks. I'm building credit that way, and then I'm getting the benefits from the credit card rewards. And I know it varies based on location, but there's a small plug. This video is not sponsored or anything like that, but I really have liked the Kroger credit card because Kroger, if you're not in the United States or you don't have a Kroger by you, it's like a major chain. Like sometimes it goes by Fred Meyer's or King Soopers. In Colorado, it's called King Soopers. And so what's nice about that credit card is you get discounts on gas. And you can get up to like $1 off at a time. $1 a gallon. And then you also, when you shop at King Soopers and you use the credit card, you get extra rewards points that accrue into gift cards. And I've had this credit card for about a year and a half. I've earned over $500 in gift cards to King Soopers, which is amazing. Then it's like reinforcing this idea of eating in more, kind of. Like we've been kind of bad, but and you can get so many other things at King Soopers too. Like, and then you get gas. I mean, it's a win-win. I don't know how I got on that tangent, to be completely. Oh yes, going back to what I was doing beforehand. I like watching other people budget their money, and then I just do my own thing. But I don't know, weird hobby of mine. And then I like to watch the other kind of like a hobbyist thing that I do is I like to watch a lot of like vlogs with motherhood. I watch Trey Chic Mama. That's the name of the channel. And her name's Haley. She has a daughter who is about a year older than my kiddo. And she's a single mom. And I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of fun for me to just like watch other people's lives. Just, it makes me like appreciate what I have, number one. And I don't know, it just gives me a different perspective, different ideas, different things I could be doing with Denise. So yeah, I'm watching lots of YouTube videos. And the other thing is I'm obsessed with Better Call Saul. I know I talked about that last week. I finished the whole series, and I won't do any spoilers. I don't know. There might be someone who hasn't watched it or might be interested, but the series finale was not disappointing, and I just loved it. I just loved it. Highly recommend Better Call Saul, especially if you're a Breaking Bad fan. I will say I don't necessarily feel you need to watch Breaking Bad to enjoy Better Call Saul. In my humble opinion, it's better than Breaking Bad, and I really like Breaking Bad too. So, but because I have no more of the show to watch, I've been watching like behind the scenes stuff and interviews with the actors. I don't know. Call me obsessed, because I kind of am. It is starting to die out. Like, you can only watch, they've only created so many behind the scenes videos of that particular show, but that's been my interest lately. And then 48 Hours that streams on YouTube. Although you gotta find a balance with that stuff. I feel that I find it exhilarating to watch like murder shows and like satisfying, especially when like the killer is caught, like kind of forensic files type shows and the science behind it. But I've been trying to limit myself on that stuff because it gets too dark. Too dark. Speaking of dark, I'm hoping that the camera is still picking up the sunlight. It's been very cloudy. This spring has been A spring full of extreme weather. Just like a lot of thunderstorms, so much rain. And it's just not normal for Colorado to rain that much. It reminds me of when my parents actually were stuck on a mountain, like they were vacationing, and it was during a flood. And I think at this point that must have been like 7 years ago, around there. But there's like I don't know. I guess I'm talking about rain because it's so rare, but when it rains in Colorado, holy cow, does it rain. It feels like. My parents were stuck in a canyon and they had to be helicoptered out. Well, it was in a Chinook. Because the canyon flooded with this. There was a river, this big Thompson River. So I always like think about that. Like you can totally, yeah, it can change and floods can happen. And what's funny is my parents' house, they had lived like probably like 40 miles away from where they're at, 30 miles. It also almost flooded, and the whole neighborhood, like so many houses got flooded. So they really lucked out. It like water, I think, was up to their front door and it didn't damage their house. So, Oh, okay. That protein shake, I thought maybe if I let it sit a little bit, the protein powder would dissolve, but that's proven me wrong. It's kind of like forming a glue type substance. A lot of times I just chug it, but I don't want to do that right now. Then I'll just have to go to the bathroom. My bladder has been like so not good lately. I don't know what that's about. I feel like I think it's totally a psychological thing. If you feel like you have to pee more. So I'm not going to talk about it. And go pause this video if you need to go pee. So, let's see. What else has been happening? Or when I was sitting down to write notes for this WIP and Chat, I was really struggling with what to talk about because I had some ideas. I remember even like mentioning it to my husband, like, ooh, you're giving me content for my WIP and Chat, because he had done something funny or amusing. But now I can't for the life of me remember what it is. I almost feel like texting him, asking him, what did I say I was going to talk about? But I don't know. Maybe a little bit later I'll do that. This past weekend was Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Official moms or not. I think sometimes we forget all the step parents out there and parents to fur babies. I don't know. As I've become more of an adult, and I've only been a mom now for 4 years, about a little bit more than that. I've tried to be so much more inclusive with holidays, because Mother's Day and Father's Day and all these holidays, they can be really hard for people. If you've lost a parent, I'm sorry. Parent losses, I'm sure, are just so hard. Or, people whose families aren't traditional. Not all moms have done a great job being a mom. And I don't know, it's just hard to navigate. But I've been thinking a lot about that. Or people who can't have children that want them. That can all be hard. So if you're in that boat, my thoughts are with you. And hopefully you did something special to take care of yourself this past weekend, if that was the case. My Mother's Day it was a good weekend. I feel like for the most part, my weekends have been going so much better than they used to. And I'm so proud. I'm proud of myself for just kind of like making a commitment to not working over the weekend. I tend to be an overworker. I tend to have a hard time disconnecting from work, like mentally, physically. And I haven't done that lately. And I feel so refreshed and renewed. And I'm so excited that I came home at a reasonable time. I'm diamond painting. My mind is not really focused on work. But this weekend, let me tell you about this weekend. It started with going to visit my mom and my grandma for Mother's Day. I felt like if I didn't, you want to spend time with your family. So we went to an amazing restaurant that we usually go to. Denise has all the say in the restaurants we go to. Sometimes it's not worth the power struggle. Like if I really don't want that restaurant, I will fight back. But I'd rather have my 4-year-old decide and enjoy the experience than enjoy food that I really want but have a screaming child. So it was fun to, bumping you. Go to the restaurant. What else? Really not like, I don't know. I feel like my life's kind of boring. It's pretty repetitive because I do go to visit my mom and my grandma often. And yeah, it was nice because it was just kind of a low-key experience. We brought peanut butter pie to my grandma. We did that last time, and I think we're forming this tradition of bringing peanut butter pie to my grandma's because I have so many traditions with my grandma. Going to these restaurants or her coming to the house or taking care of me before school. And I don't know, for some reason talking about this, it's making me emotional. It's hard when you know that like you have to change your traditions. Like there's no way my grandma could go to a restaurant. That would be an ordeal for her. So I'm really excited that we adjusted, and we're just bringing stuff to her. The other thing that my daughter does is I try to figure out what can she do when we visit my grandma, because my grandma's house is kind of boring and is not, for a 4-year-old, is not childproof. And so we go to the Dollar Tree and we buy her an art kit, a painting kit that she gets to pick. She paints one for her, one for her Grammy. And I don't know, it's just really cute. And my grandma's been displaying her artwork in this little cute nook that she always looks at every day, and it's just, I don't know, it makes me happy. It's really weird in my grandma's house. Just, I feel like in some ways it's frozen in time from when I was there, because there's all these pictures of me when I was a kid and artwork that I did when I was my daughter's age. And so I'm excited to be changing it in a positive way, adding to it. So yeah, I thought that Saturday was really good. I got to stop at I tried a new restaurant on the way home. But I don't know. I don't know if it's a chain or not. But some 7-Elevens in the Denver metro area or right outside of it, they have a connection to Loretto Taco. And it's owned by 7-Eleven. I looked it up and I thought, the way it was advertised on they had this interactive billboard that has all these amazing salsas and kind of remind me of a Qdoba or a Chipotle, but kind of just in the convenience store. And it just sounded so good. And I was actually surprised. I had the biggest thing of nachos. It probably weighed over a pound. I didn't eat all of them, thankfully. They gave me this big thing of guacamole, and then they had a whole salsa bar, in the 7-Eleven. And I thought, this is going to not be good. And it was surprisingly good. So if you ever see a Laredo taco attached to a 7-Eleven, and you're in the mood to be adventurous, and you want to try some different salsas, try it out. So that was Saturday in a nutshell. Gotta come home. Denise was tired, so she went to bed pretty... Oh, I hope I didn't do the wrong diamond painting for this. I thought this was the percentage sign. Did I pull out... Let me see. Did I do the wrong color? I totally did. This was for... Okay, I did this the other day. Thankfully, look at this. I can just push them down. Oh, not that easy. Okay, I'll use my single placer to push them down. To put them in the right spot. And then I'll continue with this color to fill in the rest. Oh, yeah. What I was saying, Denise was tired. She went to bed, no problem. Played some Rock Band. Yeah, I do the same thing. But you know, it's kind of like, why change up the things that you like, you know? And so, it's a fun night. Played Rock Band. And then Mother's Day was really fun too. Like, it was really relaxing. And honestly, I just watched, rewatching the show Parenthood, which... It's a good show. Oh, comment if you've seen the show Parenthood. It's like definitely like a guilty pleasure drama show, and it follows 4 adults who all have kids, and kind of like from the perspective of the adults, what it's like to be parents and facing hardships and real life things. And it's, I don't know, I like it a lot. So it was like an amazing day. I got to just diamond paint. I sat right where I'm sitting right now in kind of the playroom area with Denise, watched Parenthood, and diamond painted. And I had Denise on one side of the couch and my husband on the other. And it was just great, because I don't know about you, but sometimes the downside to diamond painting is, I feel that, like, depending on your setup and where you diamond paint, it can kind of be, like, socially isolating. Like, the best of both worlds to me is being able to be around my family and interact with my family, talk to my family, and diamond paint. And now that my daughter's a little older, she tolerates me doing that. I think a downside to diamond painting is she wants me to play with her sometimes, and I just don't. I need to do that more. I want to play with her more, and I want her to watch less stuff on my phone. She loves YouTube Kids. So, but yeah, great. It was a great day. It's hard too when like you're tasked on Mother's Day as a mother, I think, to relax. I mean, that's how it kind of is in my household. Like, Bill really wants me to not do anything, and sometimes it's hard to not do anything. It also was like challenging to hit my fitness goal, because part of what makes me feel good now is working out and eating healthy, although the eating part's sure slipping. Like, I've been indulging a lot in food. I need to work on that. But the exercise part is ingrained, thankfully, currently, not jinxing it, it's ingrained into who I am. Like, it's part of my routine. And so I felt like this odd, like, tension in myself of, no, you don't need to exercise, versus, no, it's what's good for you. So it all worked out great. Like, we went on a pretty walk, although it started raining. Sometimes raining can be so calming. Got my goal, my step goal, and I'm busting through this kit. I think I'm going to get this kit done, you guys, by the end of May, like I challenged myself to do. I will be so excited to do a post review. I am very proud of this kit. The other thing, too, is I did do a whole unboxing video of this pen. I think this pen is gorgeous. I'm loving this pen. I got it from Diamond Art Club. I'm not going to say anything more about it, but If you want to hear more about the pen, there will be an unboxing, very, very short unboxing, this upcoming Sunday. But that was also a Mother's Day gift. So those are the things that happened this weekend. Work was crazy as normal, per usual. One more week left of school, my friends. I'm so excited. This is the last full week, and then my last official day is next Friday without kids. So it's also my wedding anniversary next Friday. So I'm excited. There's so many things that are coming to an end. Like I'm changing jobs. The school year's coming to a close. I'm ending this kit, and it just feels so good. It feels so good. Let me consult my notes. Oh, the chi machine. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, I did get a chi machine, and I was really excited last week to get it. And with anything, you kind of get your hopes up that it's going to be this amazing thing. And I think it falls a little short of like epically amazing. However, I really like it. I have also tried to make it a part of my routine. So if you're new to the concept of a chi machine, I kind of explained it last time, but it's a machine that's meant, it can serve a couple purposes. It can be acted, what am I saying? Words are hard, my friends. People can consider it a massager. It also is used with a lot of health problems like edema and poor circulation, like swelling in the legs. It also can be used as a weight loss tool, like an exercise machine. And it's supposed to just help you relax. And it's been a little bit of a learning curve with figuring out the placement of your feet on it, because it does kind of like hurt your ankles or your shins. But besides that part of it, I will say it has been super relaxing. I've really enjoyed it. Like, even if it doesn't help me lose weight, it has helped me relax, and it does like kind of loosen some muscles in my body. I do need to just adjust like maybe where I use it, because it hurts my butt a little bit because it just like swings you back and forth. So I think I need a little cushion for my rear end when I do it. So it's not so hard. So yeah, but I'm excited. I really want to make like a YouTube Shorts video of the Better Call Saul theme song, and then just using the chi machine. I might do that. We'll see. So yeah, I think those are the most updates. I do have a quote. Oh, it's kind of tied to this. I am reading an audiobook, so I'm listening to an audiobook by Brené Brown. Surprise, surprise, if you know me well. Brené Brown's my favorite, and I'm listening to Braving the Wilderness. And it talks about this concept of belonging. I really like exploring that and thinking about that, because a lot of my life, and most people I'm sure feel this way too, I felt in some capacity I don't belong. I try to fit in, but I don't belong, or I have to change who I am. Like, I talk to kids all the time about the difference between fitting in and belonging, because there's such a big difference. And in my life, I'm feeling more that I can be my authentic self in a lot of settings. But you know what else is hard, especially with like work relationships, is that boundary of being yourself and also feeling too vulnerable to share how you really feel. And there's a quote that like just spoke to my heart that I'm going to read to you. It says, people often silence themselves or agree to disagree without fully exploring the actual nature of the disagreement for the sake of protecting a relationship and maintaining connection. But when we avoid certain conversations and never fully learn how the other person feels about all the issues, we sometimes end up making assumptions that not only perpetuate but deepen misunderstandings that can generate resentment. Oh man, that cut me to the core when I read that, because I think that's exactly what happens. It's so hard to share an opinion that you stand alone with, or that you don't want to say because you don't want to hurt somebody, or it makes it awkward. And I struggle so much with that. And I thought I'd bring it up because it's a good thing to think about. It's hard to do. And my challenge to myself and to you is to share how you feel and be your true self. Because at the end of the day, the only person you belong to is you. And that's what's important. And I know for me, I would rather be my authentic self and sit alone in that than lose who I am to fit in. So, it's kind of sappy, kind of a deep way to end this WIP and Chat, but I think I'm going to leave it there. I have so appreciated the comments, the likes, the views. If you are a fan of my WIP and Chats, please consider subscribing if you haven't. I've kind of seen a decline in subscriptions lately, which is bumming me out. So, help support my channel so I can feel good in making and creating this content. Like, I love doing this. I love making this content, and it just makes it so much more exciting when I see my channel growing. So thanks so much for joining me. I will see you next week's WIP and Chat. And stay safe, stay happy, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.